Hey sports fans, this is Straight from the Basement with OMMY. I'm a sports fan who always said, if I never played a sport professionally, then I want to talk about it. I'm born and raised in New York City. Played organized basketball for several well-known teams in the mid-'70s and the early '80s, such as the legendary Home Cold Rucker Tournament, Melbank, Stone Gym and Riverside Church, LaGuardia House, and my all-time favorite, Each One Teach One. Having sports in my life at an early age always kept me out of trouble. If I wasn't playing basketball, I was either playing football or baseball. Hey sports fans, this is Straight from the Basement with OMMY, where my opinions, views, and facts will cover the hottest, the latest, and the past sports events. Welcome once again. I want to continue to thank everyone who has liked and subscribed to my podcast. And if this is the first time you viewing it, please do the same. As always, before I even get into today's topic, I got one hot topic to talk about. There's no need to get into 2 and 3 hot topics for this show. We're talking about the Warriors. Draymond Green suspended indefinitely. Suspension is nothing to this man. I mean, goddamn, but his latest shit that he just pulled off is ridiculous. Listen, I mean, before I even get into this, I gotta count it down. Listen, you had the windmill swing to Nurkic's face and knocked him down. We all know that's the latest, right? I was trying to see every replay for every angle. What did Nurkic do behind him to make him do that? I mean, the ball was going to go inbounds. They were trying to inbounds the ball. Nurkic did what he's supposed to do. Go up on your man who you were supposed to be guarding. Go up behind him. Let him know you're there. Put your hand on him. Just, put your body on him. Nurkic wasn't physical. He didn't do nothing stupid with his hands. He didn't rub him the wrong way. I mean, goddamn, Draymond. I mean, what you did was bananas. But I want to get into that in a few minutes. The second was the headlock with Rudy Gobert, and you dragged him. I mean, when I saw that, I was like, my God, Draymond. I mean, what did he do? I mean, I know it was a little scuffle with Clay, but the headlock him? And then you dragged him with the headlock? Come on, man, Draymond. Then, I mean, this is like your sixth suspension. Ejected 18 times as a professional. I didn't know it was 18 times. I mean, God damn. The most active in any player right now with the ejections. I mean, listen, I think he's neck and neck with Rodman and maybe Ron Artest. I didn't really get into it because, with the Draymond Green situation, I'm praying that it's not a mental issues that he's going through. I'm very happy that the NBA suspended him, and one of the provisions is to make sure that he sits with the psychologist and iron out some things. I'm hoping his reasons for doing these last two things is not because he wants out of his contract and he wants to become a player somewhere else, and he's just tired of the Warriors. I'm hoping that's not it, and that's the way he's going. I mean, because if that's the case, then damn, Draymond, I mean, you could just go to your agent and start demanding a trade. I'm quite sure Golden State will give you that. You know what I'm saying? Everything you have done for them. But if it's not that, then we're talking about something's wrong. Something's wrong somewhere. Somewhere something's wrong. And I'm praying that the psychologist gets it out of him. Because, listen, you cannot come back to the NBA with that. No way. I mean, you can't even do that on a regular street ball corner game. You know what I'm saying? We talking fisticuffs. We talking about cats pulling out. You know what I'm saying? So, Draymond, you got to get it together, man. You know what I'm saying? You know you play for the NBA. They not tolerating that. Come on, man. Enough is enough. And I'm hoping you get the help you need. I'm hoping you get the help you need. So listen, I want to start with today's topic. Because today's topic, I'm going to take my time with it. Because just like 2 shows ago, okay, I had to take my time. I'm going to take my time because the game has changed. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the top 10 wide receivers right now in NFL right now. The top 10 wide receivers right now. Since the starting running backs has disappeared, and I mentioned that in 2 shows ago. They disappeared. Yes, you got McCaffrey, but, listen, they disappeared. The star running backs have disappeared, right? The running game has decreased drastically in the NFL. I went through that 2 shows ago. This is not what this show is about. It's about the top 10 wide receivers right now and why the game has changed to the point where, teams just want the quick first downs and they want the quick touchdowns. Nobody's trying to work hard for it no more. You know what I'm saying? Everything is in the air. Everything is in the air. Let's get it down the field as fast as we can. Let's try to score as fast as we can. We ain't killing ourselves. That's the attitude that the NFL has. You know what I'm saying? And listen, I'm not going to get into it because I got into it 2 shows ago. All right? But the NFL quarterbacks, the total contracts, the value divided by the number of years, you see why the money, all the money, the majority of the money is going to these quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? Because the game has changed to the point where, listen, you may get a couple of, I've seen games where second half, if a team is down by 21 when the second half start, I've seen games that the team probably maybe ran 5 running plays. Everything else was in the air. Everything else was in the air. And I'm saying, damn. Now I understand why the game has shifted, why these quarterbacks is making the money they make it. Look, my Danny Dimes, New York Giants, $160 million contract. Come on. That's Danny Dimes. I love him. I like him. But when they gave him that contract, I was like, come on, for real, it's Danny Dimes. He ain't win nothing. You know what I'm saying? He ain't really do nothing. Okay? Yeah, he can run. You know what I'm saying? He can throw a little something, but he ain't Aaron Rodgers. But they gave him 160. Didn't want to get Barkley the money. I already mentioned that 2 shows ago. No need to go back to that. But I want to mention the top 10 quarterbacks who's making the most money right now in NFL. And I want to start off with my man Joe Cool Burrow. Joe Cool Burrow, yeah, he played for the Cincinnati Bengals. His money that he averages per year is $55 million. Again, remember, this is the contract divided by the number of years of that contract. So he's averaging $55 million per year. You think about that, okay? Think about that in the 18-week season, right? 18-week season, you're getting $55 million per year. That's the average. Then we go down to Patrick Mahomes with the Kansas City Chiefs. He's getting $52.65 million. That's the average per year. Big bucks, people. Big bucks. Then we go down to the Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert, that's my dude. I like him. That's from the Chargers. You see, I smile every time I mention this guy's name because I really want him now to be a giant. I don't know if Danny Dimes, but then again, let me shut up. I'm just going to leave things alone because that's for another show, okay? But I can see him as a giant. I'm going to leave him alone, right? First, we got to get that offensive line together. Justin is averaging $52.5 million a year. That's his average. Listen, Lamar Jackson, remember, he held out. He was trying to hold out. He wanted it all. Lamar, PlayStation from the Ravens, he getting $52 million. That's his average per year. Okay, hey, we talking serious bucks here, people. Jalen Hurts from the Philadelphia Eagles, $51 million. Aaron Rodgers, who only played 4 snaps this season with the Jets, $50.3 million. That's his average per year. Come on, the old gunslinger still making them big bucks. Then we go down to Russell Williams. Yes, Denver Broncos, $49 million averaging it per year. Kyler Murray, Cardinals, Arizona Cardinals, he's at $46.1 million. Then you got Deshaun Watson from those Cleveland Browns. Yes, $46 million he's averaging per year. Then last, we got the Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen, $43 million per year. Listen, these guys are making some serious bucks, averaging some serious bucks per year. So you understand, I can understand now, okay? I mean, not that I didn't before, right? But for me, you know, the quarterback, all the throwing that they doing, right? And the way the game has changed, right? And I just got to just accept that the game has changed to the point where it's a throwing game. You know what I'm saying? It's a throwing game. But see, these quarterbacks, right? They got receivers that they got to throw it to, right? They you know what I'm saying? They ain't just making the big bucks just to hand off, right? They're not just making the big bucks just to throw it off, right? So, who we got? We got the top 10 wide receivers right now in the league. Again, I do not name the media outlet where these top 10 is coming from. I don't do that. I just don't do that. So, top 10 in order. And I'm going to start with the number 1. I'm not going to go up. I'm going down. Top 10. We talking about nickname L. Jeffrey. We talking about Justin Jefferson. Minnesota Vikings. In just 3 NFL seasons. That's all this dude has played. He's number 1 receiver right now, last year and this year. Jefferson has become the undisputed wide receiver in football. Now, that's Minnesota Vikings. Okay, depending on who your favorite team is, if you ain't been watching Jefferson, okay, if you ain't got the NFL package to be seeing him on a weekly, listen, he's a dog. Remind me of a Randy Moss. He's a dog. He got that attitude with him. Anything that's coming his way, he don't care if he's double teamed. He's snatching it out the air. He has that attitude, that Randy Moss attitude. Listen, if he keeps this up, the way he's rolling, and he can stay healthy, Hall of Fame is right there for this man. You know what I'm saying? And yes, he going to be in that conversation as one of the best. But we too early, only 3 seasons in. We going to see. But I got to name his highlights and his awards and his career stats. I got to do that. Listen, he's the NFL Offensive Player of the Year last year in 2022. First team All-Pro in 2022. 2-time second team All-Pro. You know what I'm saying? 3-time Pro Bowl. So he's been in the All-Star game his first season, second and third season. I believe he'll be in the Pro Bowl each year unless he's hurt, okay? Then he got the NFL reception leader in 2022. NFL receiving yards leader in 2022. Most receiving yards per game in the career, 96.8. My man doing the damn thing. And he just in his 3rd season, y'all. Receptions, man, 362. Receiving yards at the moment, 5,423 receiving yards and receiving touchdowns, 28 and counting. Listen, my dude, Jefferson is no joke. He's no joke. Moving on to number 2, the second best in the game, going by this media outlet. We talking about the cheetah. I call him the Flash. You know who he is. There ain't nobody else but Tyreek. Tyreek Hill from the Miami Dolphins. Come on. There's no faster football player on earth right now. We ain't talking about track. We talking about football player. We ain't talking about basketball. We talking about a football player. There's no other football player on earth as fast as this man. And listen, if there is, then he needs to be in the NFL, because this dude, Tyreek Hill, oh my God. Listen, his speed is unguardable. It's unguardable. I mean, he's a shorty. He's 5'10". You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to his height. But listen, you wouldn't think he'd be a monster. He's a threat, to every secondary every week. They don't want to face this man. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't just put one man on him. You got to disguise him with the second in the back. And even that sometimes don't even work. It doesn't work, because once you let him get off that scrimmage line untouched, it's a wrap. 0 to 60. Real quick. Okay, so I don't care who you got back there. Ask the number 2 and 3 guy to defend him. Okay, it ain't gonna happen. You ain't stopping him. He's that fast, people. If you ain't been watching him, he's that fast. Listen, now, between him and Justin, who I just finished saying who's number 1, right? As far as the playmaking ability, for me personally, the playmaking ability, I got to go with Tyreek. You know what I'm saying? Because he is a disaster for every secondary. We talking about the whole entire secondary. You know what I'm saying? Jefferson, yeah, he got the speed, but his speed is nowhere near. Jefferson is just crafty with his. Yes, he's gonna get his separation. Yes, so if you could put a corner on Jefferson who can hang with him, right? Yeah, 99.9. He's going to come down with the ball, right? Boom. That's just one dude on him, one defender on him. See, with Tyreek, you got to put 2 and 3 on him, okay? That's why I consider him the number 1 playmaker, Tyreek Hill. But I'm going to move on. Before I move on, I got to tell you about this man's career highlights and his awards and his stats right now. I got to. Super Bowl champ, you already know that. Super Bowl champ with those Kansas City Chiefs, right? 4-time first team All-Pro. 4 times. Second time All-Pro. Come on, 7-time Pro Bowl. Pro Bowl, for those who don't know what the Pro Bowl is, that's like the NBA All-Star game, okay? 7 times. Right? NFL 2010 All-Decade Team. Listen, this man got many other awards. No need to name them, but I want to name his stats. Reception right now, 694 career right now. Receiving yards right now, it's 9,828 for his career. He's doing the damn thing. Receiving touchdowns is 75. Return yards, yes, he's a punt returner. 1,389 yards returning the ball. Returning touchdowns is 5. Rushing yards, 770. Rushing touchdowns, 70. They ain't just using this man as a receiver. Sometimes he playing that back. Listen, Tyreek, he's something else. I'm trying to get myself together. Tyreek is something else. He's a headache. Moving on to the 3rd. This man got many nicknames. Many nicknames. They got the Adams Apple Picker, the Adams and Eve, the Adams Express, Devontae Inferno. Yes, I'm talking about Devontae Adams for the Las Vegas Raiders. Listen, Adams, yeah, he made his name being connected with Aaron Rodgers for 8 seasons. So I did not want you or myself to forget that. Listen, those 8 years with Aaron, you know what I'm saying, made his career, right? And he helped Aaron be the way Aaron is at this point. You know what I'm saying? But Devontae, listen, he hooked up with Derek Carr. Derek Carr's no longer there, right? Listen, Devontae is still doing the damn thing. He be 31 years old in a few days. 31 years old in a few days, and this dude is still doing the damn thing. Listen, 100 passes for 1,516 yards and 14 touchdowns. Listen, this dude is still doing the damn thing. We talking about a career highlight of 3-time first-team All-Pro, 6-time in the Pro Bowl. You know what I'm saying? 2-time NFL receiving touchdown leader in 2020 and 2022. His career stats is 853 receptions, and his receiving yards, my God, 10,605. Listen, receiving touchdowns is 92. He's still going strong, people. He's still going strong. As far as getting the separation, you still can't hang with him. I mean, he's an old veteran. He's still getting the separation. He got that dog in him. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's like that Randy Moss dog. You NFL lovers, y'all know what I'm talking about. You know, when the ball goes up, you know what I'm saying? And it's in his body area. He ain't got to be running for it here or running for it there. It's in his body area, and the ball is up. 99.9, he coming down with it. He coming down with it. He's a dog like that. But I want to move on because we got a tie for 4th place. Yes, we got a tie for 4th place. Uno is his nickname. Who the hell is Uno? Oh, I already know who's Uno. I knew it was Uno before I even put this show together. I'm not sure if y'all know who's Uno. We talking about Jamar Chase, Cincinnati Bengals. Chase has 22 touchdown catches and 29 career regular season games. This young man is no joke. They comparing him to like Randy Moss. You know what I'm saying? Big Rob Gronk. Listen, this dude is no joke. And you already know, and I said it in a few shows ago, I'm a Giant man. You guys know that. But something about them Cincinnati Bengals throughout the years that I like. I just like the Bengals. Now they got the Chase with the Joe Cool Burrow. Listen, Chase is, man, listen, he going to be around for a long time. As long as this young man stays healthy, he going to be breaking some records. I mean, listen, between him and Joe, I know next season when Joe is healthy and he's ready to go, oh, they're going to make some magic on that field. That I know. So I got to go through Jamar Chase's career highlights and his stats, his career stats. We're talking about the NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year, which was 2 years ago, 2021. 2nd team All-Pro, 2-time Pro Bowl appearances. Receiving yards in a game by a rookie was 266. Receiving yards in the season by a rookie, 1,455. Receiving yards in the postseason by a rookie, 368. Now his career stats, reception. We're talking about catching, y'all. Catching the ball, for those who don't know, 257 at the moment. Right? Receiving yards, 3,593. And receiving touchdowns is 29. As you can see, I'm hyped. I'm hyped. You know what I'm saying? This top 10, listen, it's right now, top 10 receivers right now. It got me just excited as if I was just doing the top 10 receivers of all time. This top 10 receiver list right now is on fire. Listen, now who's tied with him? I said it was tied for fourth place. Who's tied in fourth place with this man? Listen, we talking about Stephon King. Yeah, Stephon King. That's the nickname. Stephon Diggs is the real name. Diggs from them Buffalo Bills. Listen, Diggs is a dog. He's a dog. Slot receiver dog. Oh, I love his game. My God. Love this young man's game. Listen, they didn't think. They, meaning the writers, the sports, the football heads, they didn't think because of his height that he was going to amount to anything. Listen, I said 3 years ago, this guy's going to be something else. When he hooked up with Josh Allen, listen, he's on that sideline telling Josh, yo, throw the ball to me, man. We down. Give me the damn ball. Give me the ball. He has that attitude that I love out of a receiver. He's a dog, an alpha. I love it. Listen, the route running that he does, he's like a technician. You know what I'm saying? The defenders know the ball is coming to him. Come on. It's 3rd and 5. You know what I'm saying? 3 minutes left in the game. You know where the ball's going. But you can't stop it. He get that separation all the time. He's crafty. He's like a technician. You know what I'm saying? On that slot receiver position. He's just, listen. My dude gets the job done every week. Every week. I got to tell you about his career highlights and his stats. First team All-Pro, which was 3 years ago. Second team All-Pro last year. 3-time Pro Bowl appearances. NFL reception leader 3 years ago. NFL receiving yards leader 3 years ago. Career NFL stats as at the moment, 790 catches. Receiving yards, 9,805. Receiving touchdowns is 67 touchdowns. And he's still doing the damn thing. He's a veteran. Listen, no joke. Moving on to that 6th spot. We talking about big play. Yeah, his nickname is the Big Play, and you know why. That's A.J. Brown from the Philadelphia Eagles. My dude is a beast. He's a beast. A handful. Strong. Oh, my God. My man, listen, Hurts already know where to throw it to. Listen, listen. This kid, A.J. Brown, he is physical. Out there in that secondary, move out the way. The ball's coming my way. I'm catching it. Okay? I'm catching it. And ain't nothing y'all can do. He got that attitude. He got that alpha attitude that I love. He's reliable. I mean what I'm saying? He's reliable. His productivity is just off the charts. Listen, 88 passes for 1,496 yards with 11 touchdowns on a team that prefers to run the ball. Listen, when you get a team like the Eagles who prefer to run the ball, but they know who they got on the sides. You know what I'm saying? You got to give it up, Hurts. You know you got to throw it. You got to throw it. You got to throw it. Listen, and he playing with the number 2 dude. His number 2 dude ain't no joke. We talking about Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith. You already know. I'm hyped right now, so excuse me with some of these words that I'm maybe messing up these names, because listen, this top 10 right now, receivers right now in the game is making the game so enjoyable to watch. And as bad as I want my star running backs to reappear, listen, I just got to accept that they ain't happening. Listen, it ain't happening. Now, his career stats and his highlights. Second team All-Pro last year. two-time Pro Bowl appearances. Reception is 363 catches. Receiving yards, 5,749. And then receiving touchdowns, 42. Listen, A.J. Brown, no joke. Listen, that is the reason why this man got a $100 million contract. Think about that. You got a top receiver like this dude, you got to pay. You got to pay. If the game has changed and it's a throwing game now, you got to pay the receivers. Just as damn near as much as the quarterback. You got to pay him. 100 mil, my man, he getting it. Number 7 on the list, yes, nickname, the White Rice. The White Rice. Who the hell is the White Rice, you may say? Didn't know his nickname was the White Rice until I put this show together, so I ain't gonna front. You know what I'm saying? We talking about Cooper Kupp. Listen, Los Angeles Rams. This dude is, yes, white chocolate. He is no joke. White Rice is no joke. Listen, this dude, yes, he missed some games throughout his last few years, right? He's been out for a minute, yes, but when he's in. He's all in. I mean, man, my God, listen, 22 touchdown receiving, 4th receiving yards, 2,759, 4th in reception, 220 over the past 2 seasons. Even though this man has been hurt, these last 2 years, he is still doing the damn thing when he's on the field. I mean, doing it in big numbers and big chunks. You know what I'm saying? To get these stats in 2 years, and you've been hurt within these 2 years. Listen, he missed some games. But again, when he's on the field, the amount of receiving yards is bananas. So, yes, he's in this top 10. Listen, his career highlights and his stats go as follows. Yes, he's a Super Bowl champ. You know what I'm saying? With those Rams. Yes, Super Bowl MVP. People forget that he was the Super Bowl MVP, not Donaldson. Okay? NFL Offensive Player of the Year 2 years ago. First team All-Pro 2 years ago. Pro Bowl 2021. NFL reception leader in 2021. NFL receiving yards leader 2021. NFL receiving touchdown leader 2021. Walter Payton Award. Come on. Got the Walter Payton Award in 2015. The Jerry Rice Award in 2013. Listen, Cooper been doing it for a period, y'all. He been doing it. Listen, listen, he gets all this flowers that he deserves. He gets all this. I mean, he's been doing it for a minute. He's a veteran. Career stats goes as follows. Reception, 541 catches at this point in his career. Receiving yards is 6,761 and receiving touchdowns at 48. Listen, this dude, man, listen, plus with the most receptions in a single postseason at 33, okay? I mean, I go on with Cooper. I mean, listen, this dude, you know, I think if it wasn't him getting hurt, the amount of times he's been hurt, listen, he would have moved up on this list with no doubt. White Rice. It's no joke. I want to move on to number 8. They call him DVD. DVD. Yes, he's a highlight. Yes, CeeDee Lamb, Dallas Cowboys. Pretty boy. Oh, he doing the damn thing. For everybody talking about CeeDee Lamb, me included, you know what I'm saying? You know, I'm a Giant man, and, you know, I ain't got too much love for them damn Cowboys, but I got to respect them. But when they brought this young boy onto the team, when I started watching him last year, I says, okay, they're making a real big deal out of this young man. We're going to see what he going to do at the end of the year and then the beginning of this season. Yes, he is holding it down. He is everything they say he is. Yes, he is not afraid to get hit. And those damn corners and safeties, they putting it on him. I mean, they really they sticking it to him every time he catching it. But he gets up, shake it off, do his famous point, first down. Listen, this young man, he got heart, he got strength. Don't look like he got the strength, but he can handle a hit. That's what I love about his game. I love his game. Listen. His career highlights ain't too much because he's just starting. His stats ain't too much, but he's just starting. But I got to name him. Second team All-Pro last year and two-time Pro Bowl appearances. You know what I'm saying? 2021, 2022. Listen, he on his third season right now, and he's doing the damn thing. You know what I'm saying? He's their number one receiver. We know that already, okay? Then the receptions is 350 right now at this point in his career. 350 catches, y'all. Receiving yards is 4,578, and his return yards is 358. Listen, these numbers you already know is just going to keep rising. It's just going to keep multiplying. This young man got a long career as long as he stay healthy, don't get no real major injury. Listen, he ain't going nowhere, and I'm quite sure Jerry Jones going to make sure they lock him because I don't see him playing for no other team, at least for the next 5 years. I'm just saying at least. It may be longer. I see him as a Cowboy for a minute, right? Ninth on the list, we talking about Sweet Feet. You heard me. That's his nickname, Sweet Feet. His nickname is Sweet Feet because of his speed. No, he don't have Tyreek Hill speed, but he got speed. We talking about Deebo Samuel, San Francisco 49ers. Oh, man, Deebo. Deebo is physical. If you don't watch the 49ers the way I watch them, he's running through the defender, trying to catch the ball. I mean, he ain't trying to go around cats. He's trying to run through you to catch the ball. The ball's not even in his hands yet. He's trying to catch it. He's not trying to go around you. He's running through you. And then when he catches it, listen, do not let him stiff arm you. It's embarrassing because you're going in to hit the deck. He's that strong. Deebo is physical. I mean, my God. I mean, the whole damn 49er team is physical, but this receiver, Deebo, no joke. Listen, I mean, he's known to carry the team, and he can actually play running back for this team. That's how strong this young man is. I mean, his physique is like, damn, Deebo, I mean, come on. I mean, he's like one of the best receivers with the hands. You already know. You throw it in his vicinity. You throw it in his airspace. And as long as it's in his airspace, he's going to catch it with the big hands. My man's, I mean, he got the good old hands. You know what I'm saying? Those Goodyear hands. He got the Goodyear hands. My dude, yo, listen, he's no joke. So you know I got to talk about his career highlights and his career stats. First team All-Pro in 2021. Pro Bowl in 2021. First team All-American. Yes. Listen, receptions at this point in his career, 268. 268, right? Receiving yards is 3,969. Receiving touchdowns at 16. Rushing yards. I told you this man, yo, listen, you can use him as a back. His rushing yards is 943. Rushing average when he rushes. Listen, he's like gaining 6.2 a yard. You got star running backs. Some of them ain't even doing that. Got the decent ones, the very good ones, ain't even coming close to that. 6.2 a yard? Come on. Rushing yards is 19 touchdowns. 19 touchdowns. Debo, listen, before I move from Debo, along with Kittles, along with the 49ers in general, and I've been saying it, especially in my last 2-3 shows, 49ers will win it all. I just got to throw it out there. I'm not, breaking away from the top 10 receiver show right now. I'm just letting it be known 49ers will win it all. And the 10th spot on this list, nicknamed Sun God. Didn't know that, right? Didn't know that. I know a little bit about him. Not going to front. I'm talking about St. Brown, Amon-Ra St. Brown for the Detroit Lions. Yes, I've been watching those Lions, you know what I'm saying? And they looking real good this season. Disappoint me on Thanksgiving. I thought this was the Thanksgiving they was going to win, because you know how they've been doing us for the last 10, 15 years, a waste of time on Thanksgiving Day. But, they got this playoff team. I thought they was going to win Thanksgiving, but I think they got a curse on them when it comes to Thanksgiving. I think that's what it is. But moving on to St. Brown, the receiver. Listen, this dude, as a slot receiver, I've been checking him out really the last 3-4 weeks real hard. I've been just paying attention. You know what I'm saying? No red zone channel. I went straight to the Detroit game just to really see what this dude is all about. And yes, he handles that slot receiver position just like CeeDee Lamb, just like Stephon Diggs. You know what I'm saying? He knows he's going to get hit. But for those who don't know what that slot receiver position is, right, it ain't the receivers outside. It's the receivers that's closest to the quarterback, the inside receivers, as they call them. You know what I'm saying? And his job is to don't go no further than maybe 5 to 10 yards, if that. You know what I'm saying? But it's really a crossing pattern. For those who don't know, it's a crossing pattern. You know what I'm saying? And it's very dangerous. It's a very dangerous position because you're going to get it either from the corner, from the safety, or that middle linebacker who dropped back. Oh, you're going to get it. Okay? And you got to be able to, when you get it, you got to be able to hold the ball. Because if you drop it, then you got hit for no reason. So you might as well just grab it, lock it, take the hit, pray that you get up from the hit, and move on to the next play. That's that slot receiver position that a lot of receivers, and I'm going to name one, Randy Moss, he said, I don't have nothing to do with that. I don't want to have nothing to do with that. He made that clear one time. Don't have nothing to do with that. Okay? A lot of receivers back in the days did not want to have nothing to do with that slot receiving position. But my hat goes off to St. Brown for Detroit Lions. This young man is doing it. Okay, I mean, his average right now, listen, he's 26.6 ranked in top 10 in both catches and targets. You listen, they going to him, the receiver, the quarterback, they going to him damn near every other play. You know what I'm saying? Because, yes, he's getting separation. He's getting that separation. Listen, his career stats, you know what I'm saying, his highlights, he's just starting. He made Pro Bowl last year, okay? 278 receiving, catching that ball 278 times, right? His receiving yards is 3,066 yards receiving. Listen, we already know those numbers are going to go up. 16 receiving touchdowns. He's just starting. His career just starting. This young man for the Detroit Lions, I don't see the Lions giving him up no time soon. I see him making a big payday coming this season. After this season, I see him having a big payday, a real big payday. So listen, now these top 10 receivers that I just named, right? Now, These top 10 receivers, they all got something in common. And what is that, you say? Because I've been doing a lot of talking. This top 10 receivers, they all know how to get separation. Separation. What is separation? You NFL lovers, y'all know what I'm talking about. That word separation, for those who don't know what I'm talking about, you got to be able to separate yourself from that defender who is guarding you. That is the only way that quarterback is going to have the confidence and the reassurance that if I throw this ball, you are not going to make me look stupid and it gets intercepted. If I'm going to throw it to you in your numbers, I know you're going to catch it. I know you got to catch it. I'm giving it to you on the money. These top 10 receivers right now, they quarterbacks. Every quarterback know. Listen, you give it to them on the money, 99.9, they catching it. They got separation. They got enough separation from that defender to catch it. No excuses. They gonna catch it. They got the hands. They got the good old hands. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got the oil and the grease like you see a lot of drop passes. Nah, these top 10 I just named, they gonna catch the ball. They gonna catch the ball. Throw the damn ball to them. That's the attitude all 10 have. You know what I'm saying? Listen, as a top 10 receiver, as a wide receiver in general, listen, you're only an asset to the team you play for if you can get separation. If you can't get no separation, no, you are not going to continue as an NFL wide receiver in this league. You might as well go to the Canada League because, listen, no one's throwing you the ball. You just are like a waste of time out there on the field running your routes, and you got your defender hanging on you like cheap paper. You know what I'm saying? You can't get no separation. No, you will not be on the team next season. It's all about the separation. So I hope for those who didn't know what the hell I was talking about regarding separation, I just gave you separation one-on-one for a wide receiver. Okay? Gotta have the separation. Gotta have the separation. Listen, now, the star running backs, I talked about them 2 shows ago. And I talked about them because I missed them. But this is not what this show is about. This show is about the top 10 receivers right now. And I, as an old head, as an NFL lover, I just got to come to grips that it's a throwing game. And those days for star running backs, those days are over. Okay? We going to see decent, very good running backs. We may have 1 star running back, maybe 2. Okay? But the game has changed to the point where it's a throwing game. And me, as an NFL fan, I just have to accept that, swallow it, you know what I'm saying, and just enjoy, what I'm seeing. Just enjoy what I'm seeing. You know what I'm saying? So I've come to reality in these last 2 shows. It's basically what I'm trying to say here. And listen, it's an air show. It's an air show. 95% of the time, it's an air show. So listen, I want to thank you for hanging out with me in my basement. I appreciate y'all so much. To my viewers and my listeners, please continue to check me out on YouTube and subscribe. Check me out on the streaming platforms, Apple and Spotify. Also, please remember to check out the Dewey Does Foundation that is fighting childhood obesity, which helps support youth sports, fitness, and health at DeweyDoes.com. Plus, check out the Even Flow Coffee Company. created to combine the interests of coffee lovers, fashion, and music. For more information or to make a purchase, visit evenflowcoffee.com. As I always say, sports is what keeps this world from going insane, either in the pandemic or no pandemic. Until next time, take care.